Hello everyone, photographer Andredesignz here with a new retouch video. Alright, so today we'll be retouching another photograph from the behind the scene shoot that I've done with this model. If you haven't seen the behind the scene video, you can check the description for the link that takes you directly to the video. And also I did a retouch for one of these images recently as well. You can check in the description for that as well. Alright, so we're going to go right ahead into editing this photo. The first thing we're going to do is to go over to the mixer brush, because the mixer brush is what we're going to use to edit well, the first thing we're going to use to start editing this image. For the mixer brush, you have to ensure that you clear the brush at all times. Ensure that this is white. The wetness is going to be at 2%, and you have to ensure that you're using a soft rounded brush. Alright, so the mixer brush is normally on the brush, so once you hold on brush, use your mouse and hold on the brush, you should see the mixer brush icon. I took mine out. Alright, so the action panel over here, you can download the panel for free. Use the link in the description for the panel. I'm going to start with the 16-bit frequency separation action. My radius is always at 10. I've never used anything else. Alright, so we're going to start mixing on the low frequency layer. Alright, so let me just zoom my image in a little bit. And using the mixer brush with a soft, it's a soft rounded brush, I'm just going to mix. So guys, this is very important that you follow exactly how I do this, right? Do not rush when you're making your edits. Just take your time and go through it and ensure that you have a really good edit, right? This is a light area of the model's face right here. It's highlighted. So when you're mixing, you mix to the direction where the light is on the model's face, right? So right here is highlighted, so I'm just doing the highlighted area. See? Just the highlighted area right here. Good. And then if we come over here and turn off the high frequency layer, you see what it did. It actually flattens the image. If you let me zoom it up a little bit more. If you look at the image itself, it looks a little bit shine, and then once you mix it, it doesn't really look shine again because it blends the skin. That's what the mixer brush does. Yes, you might say that it doesn't have any shape anymore because it's flattened. That's okay, because we're going to do dodge and burning, and dodge and burning is what's going to shape the face. All right, and we're going to follow the same technique. All right, so let me just continue doing the flattening. The pimple right here, I can flatten it by just, you know, doing that and that. Good. Let me just zoom up back a little bit. Good. Alright, so what we're going to do now, this area here is dark, so I'm just mixing the dark area. Alright, there are times you can go from the dark area to the light area to just blend the image out a little bit. Alright, and there are times if the area is too dark, it's not a good idea to go from the dark area to the bright area, because it will not look good at all. Alright, so I'm doing this right now. I'm coming over here, so I release and I come down to the chin and I'm mixing. Alright, mixing. Let's look at the before and after for that. Before and after. If you notice, right here is dark. This is the before. See this dark spot right here? Let me zoom it up. This dark spot right here. And then I'm going to mix it now and see it's gone. So in this situation, you can do from the highlighted area to the dark area. Alright? Alright, so we're gonna let me go over to the other side of the model's face. I'm gonna do the side of the model's nose. So I'm mixing from dark to bright right here, and that's okay. Alright, right here as well. There are times you're mixing and you might not seeing anything happening. Actually, something is happening. So what you should do sometimes is to stop and look at the before and after. Alright, So I'm going to come over to the other side of the model's face. I'm going to do the mixing again. Let's come right here. Good. Before and after again. Before and after. So I'm going to come down to the model's neck and do the same thing. So if you notice when I'm applying the mixer brush, I do it in a vertical manner. I rarely do it like this. It's always vertical. And come over to the model's arm. Alright, good. So I'm going to come down to the model's arm here again. And see, it's vertical. So I never go left to right. It's always vertical. I may have done left to right before, but I rarely do that actually. I'm going to get rid of some of these veins, so I'm just going to mix them out. Then I can use a clone stamp to get it to remove them completely. Alright, I guess that's it for the mixing so far. Let's look at the before and after for the mixing. Before and after. Alright, so the next step now is to go to the high frequency layer. I'm going to press S on my keyboard for the clone stamp, which this is the clone stamp right here. It's normally under the healing brush. Then I'm going to zoom up to the model's face. And then I am going to remove the pimples. Alright. So I'm just going to press Control and sample that area. And then paint. Control, sample, paint. Control, sample. Actually, not Control. It's Alt. Sorry about that. So Alt, click, paint. So it's that easy. If you wish to use the patch tool, you can use the patch tool as well. It works just the same, but I rather using the clone stamp tool. So I'm going back to the clone stamp tool and I press S on my keyboard. It works better for me. So that's the reason why I use that. Alright guys, so as I said before, and I will keep on stressing it, please do not rush when you're editing your images, because if you rush, you will not have a good edit. I'm not sure what's going on right here. Let me undo this a little bit. I'm going to do this again. I get my brush a little bit smaller because it wasn't, for some reason there was a patch on the face just now. So I believe I have to get my brush a little bit smaller. So there are times that you have to zoom your image in when you're cleaning up the face, so it can be detailed as possible. That's what I'm doing right now. Alright, this looks much better than what I've done previously. So if you clean up your model's face and you see like a big patch, it's because your brush is too big and you may be selecting areas that you should not be selecting. So it's best to zoom in on your image and get your brush smaller than the pimple, and then you can clean up the skin and it looks much better. See? So I'm gonna come right here. So I'm moving the hair from the eyebrows as well. Alright, so that looks good. All right. You don't necessarily have to clean up the image like detail cleaning up the image, because we want the image to look natural as possible. And I don't really know anyone that doesn't have a pimple. Most people do. If it's even one or two, they do have pimples. But you do not necessarily have to do it 100%, you know, clean up it 100%. You can still have some on the face, just a little bit, not too obvious, you know. So I'm getting rid of the lines from the model's neck. I'm just sampling a random area and just getting rid of the lines. Let's look at before and after. Before and after. All right. So let me see if there's anything else. I want to get rid of these lines. To get rid of these and that and that and that. That's it. So that looks good. All right, so let me go down to the model's arm now. I'm going to get rid of the veins from the hand. All right, so I'm just sampling right now. Sampling. Oops. So I'm just fading out the veins a little bit. All right, that looks good. Fade out this one as well. Oh, went too close to the bracelet. All right, so that's good. That looks good. Let's look at the before and after. I'm holding down on Alt on the keyboard and I'm clicking the eye right here. That's the before, that's the after. The next step now is to do dodge and burning. And this is now going to shape the model's face, right? So I'm going to click on the dodge and burn layer here. I'm going to press B on the keyboard for my brush. And my flow is going to be at 1%. So I'm going to zoom in on the model's face, and now I'm going to do some contouring and highlighting. So the first thing I'm going to do is to burn the side of the model's nose. You don't want to add too much because you don't want it to look too dark or fake. I'm just going to bring it over a little bit here. Good. The side of the model's cheek, I'm just going to burn it as well. Alright, you don't want to add too much. The neck, just gonna dodge right there. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just following the light basically. So there's shadow here, I add shadow. And I learn how to do the nose bridge here where it's dark here, well, the side of the nose bridge. I learned that from watching the makeup artist. So this is what straightens the model's nose, stuff like that. I get it small if it's too big, you know. So you do that, and I think right here is, you have too much right here, but I'm just gonna try to blend it out a little bit by adding more. Maybe that's too much or not. No, I don't think it's too much. All right, good. So I'm going to come down to the model's arm, and then I'm going to add, because there's shadow right here, I'm just going to add shadow here again. There's none here, but I'm just going to add a little bit. All right, so I'm going to zoom out back, and let me do the before and after now. Before and after. So you can see the model has a little shape on her face now. Look, before and after, before and after. Good. I'm going to go to the dodge now, which will be the highlighting, and the burn would be contouring. Alright, so I'm just going to highlight the nose a little bit. I think I'm going to highlight over here. Then this area here, if you see it's highlighted, so you don't want to highlight it again. Originally it was highlighted. Right here as well. Gonna highlight over here, even though we have some shadows, we're just gonna highlight it. Gonna highlight right here, right here. The chin, I'm gonna highlight the chin a little bit as well. I'm gonna highlight right here, so it blends from the neck come down. Then I'm gonna highlight in the middle here. So you see, when I'm doing highlighting as well, or when I'm doing dodge and burning, I'm still doing it vertically. The only place I did not do vertically is right here. So I'm gonna come down to the model's arm, and then I'm gonna highlight it as well. Alright, let's look at the before and after. So before, after, before, after. See that drastic change? I think I want to dodge here as well a little bit more. Right here. Under the lips, you have to get it a little bit darker. It gives the lips a plummy kind of full look. Alright. Right here, I think I may have to get the... I don't think I want to... Alright, you know what? I'm going to dodge right above the lip right here. And right over this side. Alright, good. Let's look at it before and after. Before, after. So the dodging and burning really helps a lot. It gives definition to the model's face as well. Alright. Alright, that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna color the image now. So I'm gonna oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to go to Camera Raw and make some adjustments. I'm gonna Control Shift Alt A. No, sorry. Control Shift Alt E to create a new layer, then Control J to duplicate it, then Control Shift A to go to Camera Raw. I always like to use Camera Raw. I don't know why. I'm gonna press Auto, and Auto looks good. Like all the time, Auto looks good. If you look on her dress, see, look at the before and after. You just give me that smooth type of look. I like it. Even though this looks a little bit natural, but I like that. And we could still play with it a little bit. We could go for the white and bring back the white in it, and then we could add some blacks to it. And then we're gonna go to the HSL, and I'm gonna go to the hue, and I'm gonna play with the background color. Maybe next month I'm gonna not use this effect. I'm gonna use another effect for the background color next month. Maybe. Alright, that looks good. I don't think I need to do anything more to that. Let me look at the image I did before. It's on my Instagram. Let me look at it, because we want to ensure that it matches this image. Yeah, color scheme matches. Looks good. Alright, so I'm going to do, I'm going to go to color balance now and add some more color to the image. Color balance, good. And then I'm going to go to shadows, and I'm going to add 5% to that. That looks good. Let's look at it before and after. Before, after, 5% is good. I am going to kind of smooth. I'm going to kind of do. Alright, I'm going to go back down to the background layer here. Go back to the action and go to the frequency separation. I'm going to blend the image out a little bit more. Then I'm going to, this is the new one I did, so I'm going to Control Shift right bracket to bring it to the top. Then I'm going to go to the low frequency separation layer, go back to my mixer brush, and I'm just going to blend it out a little bit more. Not too much, just blend it out a little bit more, certain areas. For example, right here. Right here. I want it to look more refined. This section here won't need some blending. Let me see if I can show you the before and after for right there. So before, after. I see that I made some. Let me fix this, because the brush went over to the model's lips a little bit, and That doesn't look good. So sometimes it's good for you to zoom up on your image when you make some adjustment and check it, because I mean you'll have some errors there and you won't notice unless you zoom the image up. So I'm just blending out some part of the image some more. Under the model's nose, blend it out some more. Alright, I think that looks good. Let's look at the before and after again. Before, wait, what's happening here? Oh, wrong one. Before and after. I'm gonna do a side to side before and after now. Arrange vertical, and then this is the before, so I'm gonna so that's the before and after, and that's it for the retouching of the image. So the next thing I'm gonna do now is to crop my image for Instagram as usual. I'm just going to merge everything. Just going to flatten the image. And then I'm going to go to the crop tool. You could just press C on your keyboard for the crop tool. And if you want to save your image for Instagram story, once you go to the crop tool, you can come right here. And the 16 by 9, let me see if I can just change this a little bit. 16 by 9 is the ratio for the story. So you can just flip it and you can save this for your story. So I'm going to save this on my story right now. Right there, should be good. And then I have a story action. So once I click this action right here, it saves to my Dropbox. I save it from my Dropbox to my phone and then upload it to my Instagram story. So now that I did that, I'm going to go back to saving the image now for Instagram. So go back to my crop tool and I go to 4:5 ratio. That's 8 by 10. And then just going to crop it right here. Yeah, I know I cropped off the model's hand, but you wouldn't know. Alright, so I'm going to save this for Instagram, but I'm going to put my logo on it. I put my logo up to the side here because I don't want it to be distracting, so I put it way up here. I don't really think about people stealing my images and stuff like that anymore. I mean, my image is my image, so, you know. But I put my logo right there. I don't like when the logo is big and in the middle of the page or stuff like that. I don't like it. And now I'm going to save it for my Instagram. I'm going to put it in my Dropbox. And then I'm going to, so if you want to save it to your Instagram, you just go to export, save for web. And then for the width, you put that at 1080. That's all you have to do. And then you just save it and then save it to your phone and it uploads to your Instagram. It doesn't decrease the quality or anything like that. So that's that. Alright, so I hope this video actually helped someone. I hope I was detailed as possible. And thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can be updated each time a new video has been uploaded. And follow me on Instagram at Andredesignz. Stay tuned again for more videos. And oh, watch the behind the scene for this photograph, as I've mentioned before, and also a recent edit I did for one of these images. Thank you guys. Bye bye.